So welcome to this class. If you do not know me already, my name is Lorena Vlașin. I'm a certified facilitator of access consciousness and talk to the entities. And welcome to the bodies, relationships, and entities. And it's more like an entity intro class or something. So if you are dealing with like a lot of intensity or like technical stuff, or just like you cannot breathe, or it's just like weird, or you would just like go right now and vomit, just ask all entities to give you some space and like to give all of us some space. And the ones that would like to contribute and be here with us, just like contribute. So maybe just to introduce, because there may be people that will listen to this recording or watch this class later that may not heard of, like may have never been into a talk to the entities class before. And like even if you have been in a talk to the entities class before, even it was like the 2.5 days, even if it was an intro, even if it was a free class, even if you were into the advanced class, I'm wondering what can we create tonight beyond any, oh, I know that and this. And it's like, I'm gonna start with saying this about the talk to the entities classes and like the entity world, spirit world, unseen world, name it however. It works so much energetically. And yeah, what can you receive actually? What would you like to receive? So, what are entities actually? Because I'd like to start from this. Entities are all these beings that do not have a body. So they can be like people's entities or just like this other kind of entities that are not dead people, but more like beings of light, angels, demons, nature spirits, and so much more. Just to have, like, if you've never been to one of these classes or never heard anything about talk to the entities, just so you have that into your awareness. And something that I like to mention from the beginning and just like to start this class with, entities have such a dynamic like input into our life and like everything that we do, even if you do not see them, even if you do not hear them, even if you don't touch them, but maybe they touch you and touch your life. It's like from my point of view, there's this question like, what can I be in the world that will make everybody, like every being in or without a body, to co-create to co-create with these two worlds, with the humanoid world and this unseen spirit world, which is more than spirits. It's yeah and yeah. And also the clearing phrase, if you never been into an access class before, just to mention that too, we have a clearing phrase. It doesn't make sense. It's not to make sense. It is to clear shit, just like magically, just like a magic wand. And it sounds like right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And you will hear me using it a lot, I guess. So just let's start with this. Put all your barriers down, the barriers that you are using to think, the barriers that you are using to control stuff and to control your life and to control your body and to control your relationships and to control everything. And all the barriers in your head, all the barriers in your back that keep you from not creating anything else than just the past. All the barriers in your tummy, in your little yummy tummy. Put all the barriers down. And what energy, space, consciousness, and choice, magic, miracles, possibilities can you and your body be to clear, shift, and change all entities and all energies with total ease? So, as I mentioned before, they dynamically affect our lives. And it's not just our lives, but they do a lot. Like, there's so much about entities and bodies, and also entities and relationships. So I'm wondering how much of the stuff that you think it's going wrong in your body, or there's something wrong going on with your body, it's actually an entity or 1,000 entities, and it's just the way your body communicates with you that there's or 1,000 entities around you. And everything that brought up. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyond. And if you do not have this notion, I don't even know the word for it, there's this thing called awareness that most of you may have heard before. And also something that most of you may have heard before, but not really acknowledged, is that you are so aware of everything, and your body is so aware. Yes, Tracy?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So today I was talking with a family member, and then all of a sudden I had earache, and I'm aware that usually I tend to pick up demons usually in my right ear, and I'll run the demon clearing body process, and it hasn't shifted and it seems to be getting worse. So I wonder what question I can ask for this.
Yeah, so did you hear the question before? What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to change, shift, and transform all entities, demons, and energies with total ease, joy, and glory?
Cool, thank you.
We like, it's what I was going to say. What if it's not about getting it right and getting to some place where you just know what exact clearings will work and stuff like that, but what if it's about being the tools and being that energy that when you go into a room, it just changes everything? And it also comes up with this conversation about you changing the realities of others, not you fitting into the realities of others.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up. Yeah.
Like, how many of you, since you were kids, you were like since you were here on planet Earth for the first time or for the 4th million time, how much like very different you are, and very aware of entities, and knowing so much stuff that you have to like cut off because it was too much for others, and it was you'd better just like fit into others' realities because it's just easier and more comfortable. And everything that does not allow you to be the catalyst of change that you truly be, to manipulate and change all realities instead of letting all other realities to create your reality. Will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what is actually your reality? And if you were totally aware, because I'm gonna tell you some stuff that you could like be aware of with entities, bodies, and relationships. And if you were aware of all this stuff, what would you choose next? And like, what would you create? I'll take the questions from the chat because there are some. And then I'll go on with something that is like really popping for me since before starting this call about relationships and entities. So how can we clean entities from clothes, furniture, etc.? Okay, you just do it. So there's 3 major clearings from entities, 4 entities. It's truth, who are you? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, who were you before this? And truth, who will be in the future. And can now take all the magnetic imprinting and the luggage with you and leave now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So like, and it's also, what is your job? Because some entities just have a job and they are hanging around because 3 million years ago, they were told that they have this job and they have to keep this going on. And they can also be, they can appear not like people or actual entities, but like objects and different stuff. And you use the what are you? What were you before this? What were you before this? Truth, what were you before this? And truth, what will be in the future. You can now take all the magnetic imprinting and your luggage with you and leave now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And also, something that I really like to mention, it's not about thinking. And it's not about seeing rainbows after you clear some entities. It's just, you just do it and it will get lighter anyhow. And like keep being persistent, like every day. Also from food, yeah, also you can clear entities from anywhere. It's just like you just use the questions and the clearing. And something that I also want to mention is that entities have like, if they attach to stuff, they get attached to stuff and bodies and stuff like that, you have to ask for the, okay, first, they kind of leave an imprinting on whatever that was, either the body, either the house, either whatever. It's like an energetic imprinting. And you always, when you clear entities, you always ask for them to take their luggage and their magnetic imprinting. It's like, the snails that leave that shiny, transparent thing behind them when they walk on the surface. It's kind of the same with entities, but it's not that shiny. So can you give example, how can we clean from food? You just do it, like if you perceive something, it's going on with the food. Or like you perceive, it can, oh my God, guys, there's a lot of stuff. There can be like, you can be eating for entities. There's like another stuff more like, it's like you think that you just get this hungry feeling when it's actually not yours and it belongs to some entity that would like to have a body and would like to eat, but they do not have a body. So you are eating for them because you are just so aware and so communicating with them, even if you don't acknowledge it, or at least you hear them energetically in your head or with your body. Um, so you just do the clearings and ask questions, like see what's required, like be in the question. If you are clearing, can you clear helpful ones? So this is more like, because yeah, like people are asking this a lot, like, okay, if I clear entities, can I actually clear my teammates accidentally? It's not like that. It's not like, if you truly, like, if you are truly interested in a conscious way of dealing with entities, and you are actually like committed to that, and you acknowledge your teammates, and you are like interested and committed to co-create with your teammates, you won't clear them. Like you just won't do that accidentally. You just have to pretend that you are stupid in order to accidentally clear your teammates. And if you don't know what teammates are, so teammates are this kind of very popular word for them. They are like guides, but they are not guiding you. It's more like they are here to contribute to whatever you choose to create. And it's like they are playing with you, and you can always ask for them to contribute to whatever you are being, to whatever you are doing, to whatever you are creating. Okay, another question. I would like to receive ease for my skin, body, when bodies around me are carrying around energies that somehow I'm having a reaction to. So yeah, ask that question, like what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, possibilities can me and my body be to shift, change, and transform all entities and energies with total ease? I was having this before as well when I was going to very public spaces, or there were a lot of people, and even it was like I was really, like, really. I mean, if I was in a dirty place, or there were like people that had this dirty energy around their bodies, my face would swell, like it would get really red and really weird. And it's just like, what space can you be that, again, that does not change your reality, but you invite them to another reality, and you just have to be the space of you. And it's like this conversation about being the dominant entity in your life and being dominant, because how much of us are pretending that we are just like nothing and nobody, and everybody can have power over us. You all have, if you are interested in changing the world and bringing more consciousness to this planet, you have to acknowledge the power that you are. And everything that I brought up. Even if it scares the shit out of you, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nice shorts, boys and beyonds. How to deal with the resistance in releasing those entities, given that they have their own consciousness in many cases. So what's happening? What's happening with entities? They are not conscious. I mean, saying that they are not aware of the fact that they died, and like most of them, they do not even realize they died. That's why they are stuck. And then, okay, there are also the ones that know that they are dead, but they are not aware of the fact that they have another choice, like to take another body. Because in so many religions and in so many cultures, people grow up with this stuff. Like they grow up with, oh, like after you die, that's it. And then how can you not get stuck into space? Hello, should we be gentle when clearing demons as we do when clearing other entities? Is this necessary, although they are not kind at all? So it's more like what energy is required for you to be, because it's not like a magic formula that will clear the entities better or the demons better, or you do it differently with entities, you do it differently with demons. It's just like, okay, what energy do I have to be now in this 10 seconds? And maybe tomorrow, when another energy of demon or entity comes up, what energy do I require to be now? It's like 10-second increments. Somebody was raising a hand before, but I guess she was looking for translation. Yeah, okay. Something else that I'd really like to tell you guys. So, because we are in bodies, relationship, entity class. Okay, how many of, I'm just gonna ask you, how many of you here that were unable to create, because it's also like tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so maybe until tomorrow you will figure this out with this question and you will have a date tomorrow. Or at least one date, I mean. Yeah, Marius. So how many of you are carrying with you in your body, around you, an entity or some more entities if you are not monogamous that you are doing relationship with? So you cannot have a relationship. And how many of you are carrying your soulmate with you, in your body, around you, and all of this stuff? And everything that brought up. Will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, bad, pokol, nine short. And if you want to have a date, at least a date tomorrow, or at least a relationship by tomorrow, would you be willing to let go of this entity or entities? And like, whoever told you that it's easier to be in a romantic or any kind of relationship with an entity, because you cannot really fight her. Like, your neighbors will think that you are an awesome person because you never fight with your entity husband or wife. And whoever told you it's just like easier to have a romantic relationship with an entity or more entities, instead of creating the relationship that you and your body truly desire, and not just you and your body, but like your whole life and your business and everything, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool. So now, all of you who are actually willing to let go of it, so all these entities, truth, who are you? Truth, who were before this? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, who were you before this? Truth, what was your job before this? Truth, what was your job before this? Truth, what was your job before this? And truth, who will you be in the future and what you will be in the future? And can now take all the magnetic imprinting and your luggage with you and leave now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, nice shorts, boys and beyonds. And all the commitments, vows, fealties, binding and bonding contracts that you have with any and all these entities, even if they are not yours, but some other entities that you have with some entities of other people on the Zoom. Will you please revoke, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate them all? Times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everything that does not allow you to fully create in communion with bodies or beings without bodies, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Can I carry around the entity of someone who still has a body? Sounds like a crazy question. Yeah. Not that it's a crazy question, but yeah, you can do that. It's like you are kind of energetically like making them still be alive and making them whatever and a lot of other stuff, depending on how you are doing it. And yeah, what if you could let go of that too? How can we invite? And it's also like there are people with multi-personalities or just like with multi-personalities. There's this thing called Joaquin. I don't know how many of you know about this. Like many people are Joaquins, many are not Joaquins. And some people still have original occupants in their bodies. So Joaquin, it's like somebody decides to die, but they do not kill their body. It's just that another being comes in the body and takes control over the body. And the other one before either leaves the body or it just goes to sleep. And from time to time, it just wakes up and takes control of your body. And how to get if you are a Joaquin, you just ask it like, am I a Joaquin? Because what happens, like one effect of the Joaquin, that you may not remember like periods of your life. It is just like total blank. That may just mean that you are a Joaquin, and that's like that period of your life when you do not remember anything. It's just like there was another being in your body. I know it's really weird, but it totally works. How can we invite the partner we desire to attract in our lives as an embodied entity? So you just ask for it. And I mean, also, when you clear this, some of them, they may just go now, like not be an entity anymore and go have a body. And then that's how all these superstars have wives or husbands 30 years younger than them because they just did a clearing and that entity took another body and yeah. So just like play with this. And also there's another thing that can happen is that you can somehow, there are some entities that you do like relationship with, and then they like become your children. Like they stay around until you make a baby and they just are that baby. So I'm wondering, who is this relevant to? Like how many of you, or like which one single person on this Zoom has some entity around you that just like you kind of do, maybe it's your soulmate, like, and when you'll do a baby, that entity soulmate will choose to be your baby. And everything that brought up. Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nice shorts, boys and beyond. Yeah, it's like such catastrophe.
Lorene? Hi, Lorene. Hi. Can I say something?
Yeah, I can still hear that
Okay.
crying brains thing.
Told,
It's
I just now told my daughters that I feel that they feel jealous that I to be commitment to someone or being with someone because I am single. And now you just blowing my mind. Really?
like there are like because like children anyhow are very manipulative, and they want to like,
Yes.
yeah, that's like one thing. And there's this other thing that I was just like talking about. See which one is for you. Maybe it's both. Yeah. So, yeah, and like everything this brought up. And like all of you who are praying now so hard to not have your soulmate as your kid, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because like everything that you, Marius, you are so funny. Everything that you resist, you'll just create it like the next day after you resisted the most. Just so you know. So let's take some more questions. And if somebody wanna unmute themselves and just ask, that would be cool to hear some voices.
I think there is a question in the Turkish chat, and I think there's a Turkish question in the English chat also. İngilizce chatte de bir Türkçe soru var ve Türkçe'de bizim buradaki yazılarda da bir soru var. Let me translate them both.
Yeah, cool.
Are the thoughts entities? Eileen is asking.
Yeah, so it's really fun.
Let me translate it in Turkish also. Düşünceler de entitiler midir? Aslında bu çok komik.
So it's really fun because most of the times all those voices you hear, it's entities and demons. And like to say more on the demon stuff, it's like all the lack, diminishment, I'm not enough, I do not have enough money, I'm bad, I'm terrible, I'm awful, I cannot do this, this is too much for me, I don't deserve this. These are all demons, guys. Be aware of that. And just like clear them. How you clear them? We're just gonna do it now. You do it in English. Demons, return to from whence you came, never to return to us, our bodies, or this reality ever again. Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyond. Demons, return to from whence you came, never to return to us, our bodies, or this reality ever again. Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyond. And demons, return to from whence you came, never to return to us, our bodies, or this reality ever again. Right, wrong, good, bad, but pokol, nine shorts, boys and beyond. What entities can I invite to have more amazing people in my life? You just have to invite more amazing people in your life. You do not have to invite entities to get you more amazing people in your life. It's easier than you think it is. You just invite more amazing people in your life. You just ask for it. You are welcome, Aileen. So the other question?
Hello, Lorena. Can I ask something? Hello to everyone. First of all, it's Lena. I have a question now. When you were clearing the entities, like I was also having a clearing with one certified facilitator. I had a soulmate or twin flame, and we were clearing it, and it went away. And now, when you were clearing it again, each time if I would clear it, all the time I perceive that energy that it's coming back, and it all the times wants to come back. And I tell him, okay, look, I don't want to have you anymore here, fuck off, bye. But I perceive all the time it's back, like not in my body, but in my environment.
Cool. So everything, let's just do this. Everything that keeps inviting demons in your life, and demon, will you please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Line shorts, boys and beyonds. And something like, if something just like keeps looping back and back and back, what do you actually like about this? All the relationships that you are trying to keep, all the vows, fealties, communities, promises, ladder, contracts, binding and bonding, systems, and everything else. Will you revoke, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate them all?
Yes.
That's what Bokol 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And also,
wow. Say. Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Lorena, I have a question here from Arab chat.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Lorena.
Yes.
I have a question from Arab chat.
Yeah.
Someone, if I'm married, but I want my twin flame to be with me, how can I invite him? She married, but she didn't feel that her husband is twin flame or something, or her lover or something.
So what if it's not about, like, what if relationship? Okay, we are doing relationship done different now. relationship done different class. Anna, am I going too fast?
No, I just have a question in the chat.
Okay, cool. We will take it afterwards. Guys, like everywhere, you have decided that you need your soulmate, that you need to marry your soulmate, your twin flame, or anything else. Will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, but Pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What if it's about who would create the most for you? Like, who can you be married with? Who can you be in a relationship with that would just create more for your life? Like, what if the purpose of a relationship is not just like, okay, it is to have fun and also to create more. And whatever you decided creating more means, any like perfect idealistic idea that you have about relationship, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And any idealistic and perfectionist relationship that you are trying to do with entities, will you please destroy and uncreate that too? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And all of those who are not giving you the freedom of you, will you please now reclaim your freedom back? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pokol, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool.
And there is another question, Lorena.
Yeah. Just
her brother died. Okay, then she was hug her brother, till he died. Then from that day, he coming every night to her in dreams, and now doing for her access bars, but she's forget. She's forget.
So what's the question?
السؤال ايه السؤال؟ Okay, there is no response.
Okay, when she has it, just give it to me. Any other question on the Arabic? Okay, do we bring some entities from previous lives? You can do that too, and it's more like you were doing some relationship with somebody, or you had somebody in your life in some previous life, and now you either, like, if they are dead and they are not in this reality in a body now, you are doing relationships with them, or yeah, stuff like that, and like maintaining relationships. And like one big time tool is to like destroy and uncreate relationships that you have with any entities, or like anything, like also people from any other lifetime and dimension and reality. So we just did it now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. If partners with demons are constantly entering our lives, what is the way to change that? So what are you choosing to invite those kinds of partners? And I mean, like, it's not that you will find somebody on the earth that have never had a demon, have never been controlled by a demon, have never heard demons. There is no such a thing. But like, what's actually, like, what do you actually like about that? Or like, what's there for you that is just like, oh, there's something wrong? And like, wherever you've made yourself wrong for it, will you please, like, guys, wherever you've made yourself wrong for what demons other people have, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. I just uncovered my ear just to make sure you were hearing me, but I'll say that again. So how many of you made yourself wrong for the demons of other people that you are choosing? Will you please destroy and uncreate all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I'm going to translate it. Poți să faci sex cu o persoană și să fie o entitate care face asta fie la tine, fie la ea? So can you make sex with a person and there can be an entity who does that? Either it's that your entity or the other person's entity?
Yeah. So like, you can do a lot of, like, entities can make you do a lot of stuff. And like, because you perceive it, it's like you are smelling it with your body. It can be either about food, it can be, I don't know, anything, drinking, it can be smoking, it can be dressing up, it can be anything, like sex, relationships, going somewhere, like a lot of stuff. And you just perceive that, and you think it's yours, and you think that you want it, and you just do it for that entity. And what you can actually do is like to get aware of it and ask yourself, okay, am I choosing this for me and my body? Or am I choosing this for an entity or somebody else's body? And again, like, start practicing being the dominant energy and entity in your life, because that will change a lot. When you are not being affected anymore by other people's realities or entity reality or anything like that, but you just be the catalyst of change, like everything will just change. I know I'm repeating change so many times, but change. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a last ultimate question. So who has the best question?
I have in the Turkish chat. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna translate it. I'm gonna read it in Turkish first for the people who are not seeing it. Just a second, please.
And I mean no pressure.
Teşekkürler. I am working in a hospital and I fear all the time. I feel fear all the time. What can I do with it and how can I go beyond that fear? Thank you so much, she says.
So fear, it's not real. And there's a whole nother story about that. And I would actually like to invite you, because as you were asking about fear, there are a lot of other distractor implants. And I'm doing a book club, which starts in 3 days, actually. It's the Living Beyond Distractions book club. So like fear, anger, rage, fury, like there are a lot of distractor implants. It will take like 1 month long. It's 5 calls. It's 15 euros for all 5 of the calls. Yes, thank you, Tracy, for putting a link there. So that's where you can register, pay, and all that stuff, and ask for translation. And yeah, guys, there's so much to talk about entities. So if you are already in the beyond, not beyond, yeah, if you are already beyond, just go even further beyond and see what you'll explore there. I wanted to say, we just had a Beings of Light book club as well. I'm not sure how many of you were there or not, but we did it in a Facebook group. And the book clubs, they are still there and will still be there for a while. And it's Beings of Light book club with my name, Lorena Vlașin. And we are turning it into a Talk to the Entities group. So tools, events, and stuff. And talking about events, if you want to have more of Talk to the Entities and like do a class, and like it's either like intro or beginning or advanced with Shannon. I have 2 Talk to the Entities 2.5 days classes coming up. I mean, it's intro plus beginning. Like you can either take just intro or both of the classes. So there's one at the end of the month, 26th to 28th of February, that I'm co-facilitating with Marina Kulpina from Russia. And it will be fully online. And the one that I'm like very excited about, because it will actually be my first time in Egypt. It's again a Talk to the Entities class, intro and beginning, at the end of March, 26th to 28th, that will be in Cairo and also online. Yeah, like just join the group, the Facebook group, if you are on Facebook, and see everything there. And I mean, what can that create for you? So thank you, guys. And I guess re-listen to this and let it energetically play with you and work on you. And thank you so much for joining, all the people in the English line and all the people in all the translations, because I'm very aware of the fact that there may be like hundreds of people in the Turkish in the Turkish translation, or at least a lot of them. And I also guess in the Arabic, and I don't know about the rest. But thank you so much for being here tonight. And yeah, what is next? I'm wondering. And thank you, translators, for dealing with me, everybody on the Zoom, and entities as well. And how much more fun can we have and ease with this?
Thank you, Lorena.
Thank you, Lorena.
Bye all.
Thank you, Lorena, so much.
Happy Valentine's Day to all.
Thank you.
شكرا يا جماعة وممتنة لوجودكم.